Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Today, I talk to you about our lineage, the Tientai school. Why I talked about Tientai school, our lineage? Because I want to teach you about the Lotus Sutra, okay? And Tientai school, we adopted the Lotus Sutra as our main sutra. And before I talk to the Lotus Sutra, I have to talk a little bit about Buddhism, okay? You know, Buddhism, we have Buddha, he's Prince Siddhartha. He's born 624 years before Jesus Christ. And so Buddhism go to different phase of development. The first Buddhism they call original Buddhism. Original Buddhism is the time Buddha was alive. Okay? He do the preaching. Some schools say 45 years, some schools say 49 years, but the average is about 45 years. That's the time we call original Buddhism because he's alive, he's the authority. So the people listen to him and they have no division among the different practitioners. But 100 years after he went to Nirvana, the school they split, so they have a different school they call Buddhism schools. And they said they have around 26 schools different. Every school have their sutra, their Vijnana, because their belief is different, okay? Their practice is different, so have different that. And go to the point, you know, they're very divided. And finally, you go to one lay person. His name is Vimala Kirti. And he make a sutra, and they claim he's more intelligent, he's more in-depth than the disciple of Sakyamuni Buddha, like Sariputta, like Maha Kasyapa, like Moggallina. And they go to the point, they criticize these high disciple of Sakyamuni Buddha, like Chinese, like not very intelligent, like credulous. They say something very negative. So that's to the point. But finally, Buddhism developed to Mahayana. Mahayana is the majority school. It's the Mahasangika, the majority school. But the nice thing about Mahayana practice a lot of loving kindness, loving compassion. It's very open-minded and open policy. Okay, because the original Buddhism, the Theravada, the school of the elders, they believe only monk can get the enlightenment. They have no nun. They didn't accept any nun. Okay? And no lay practitioner. They believe in the duty of the practitioner to support the Sangha, the monk only. They cook for them, they bring for them, they have the merit, and then with the merit, their next life is good life. They didn't have them, can get the alignment. But the Mahayana, different concept. The Mahayana is open door policy. They say that monk and nun are equal, okay? monk can get enlightened, and nun can get enlightened, and lay person can get enlightened. That's the one Buddha teach in the Lotus Sutra. In Lotus Sutra, it's the nice thing about Lotus Sutra. It's the loving kindness, loving compassion. But you believe it. Everybody. Buddha teach us, all of us, we have Buddha nature. You have Buddha nature, you can become Buddha. Okay? And he said this one, he said, I'm the Buddha, you are the Buddha in the future. And in history, you know that Buddha, our Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, he's not the first Buddha. Okay? So, all of us, we can become Buddha. It's a matter of time. Okay? If you look at the solar calendar, you said 100 years is very long. But you look at cosmic calendar, 100 years mean nothing. 100 years mean maybe 1 second, maybe nanosecond. Okay? The history of our Earth is a few million years. With the cosmic calendar, it's a few first day of the month of January. So cosmic calendar, if you take the cosmic calendar, all of us, we will become Buddha. Okay? It's a matter of time. You set up your GPS, you aim at the Buddhahood, that's your end point. You will be there. Like if you go to Dallas, you set up a GPS, you said, okay, I drive maybe 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and a half, I'll be in Dallas. But if you stop somewhere between Dallas, maybe it takes you 1 week, maybe 10 days, maybe 1 month. So it depends on you. Okay? So if you set up your goal, you want to become a Buddha, you will become Buddha. What is Buddha? It's the awakened being. Okay? Okay? So you can be a Buddha. Okay? So in the Lotus Sutra, that's the nice thing about the Lotus Sutra. Lotus Sutra have a 2 dimensions. One dimension is the mundane dimension. You know, the first, they have 28 chapters. The first part, talking about the historical Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha. You know, when he first did that, he grew up and then he left his family and become a monk, and he persevered, he practiced with his effort, he become enlightened. The second part is a little bit more holy. It's the extra mundane. It's like a little bit mystical, a little bit holy. So it brings you to the higher level of understanding. Okay? So if you practice, if you chant the Lotus Sutra, you have a more self-confidence. You believe in yourself. It's that my intrinsic value, my Buddha nature, I am able, I have a capability to become a Buddha. It's up to me, it's up to my practice. And Buddha explained to you that you have a potential to become a Buddha. Okay? So it's very nice sutra. They call the Lotus Sutra the King Sutra, the highest sutra. Buddha taught that sutra the end of his life. Okay, near the end of his life, he teach the Lotus Sutra. The name is a Saddhamma Pundarika Sutra. Sat is a wonderful, is a magnificent. Dhamma, that's a sutra. Pundarika, it's the white lotus blossom. Why the symbol of the lotus blossom? You know, you see the lotus flower. The lotus flower always above water. The water can be dirty water, muddy water, but raised above the water. You never see the lotus flower with the water. So like yourself, you elevate yourself above the low things of life. You get raised above that. And the Lotus Sutra, the lotus flower, only blossom at night. So there's no insect, no butterfly, no insect to go to pollute the flower. Another thing too, in the lotus flower, even the seed inside that is the flower. The flower and the seed already there. Okay? So the cause and effect in there. So it's a wonderful symbol. So the Lotus Sutra is the meaning of that. It has 28 chapters. I will go to one chapter at a time. I explain to you. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. It takes time for us. When you study the sutra, you chant it. You chant it with devotion, with concentration. You listen, you hear your own voice, and you understand the meaning, because it's a deep, very profound. When you first chant the sutra, you think it's a mythical, it's a mystical, a little bit unreal. But when you think that, Buddha used the metaphor, the analogy, parable, just to make you understand it. Because he teach all level of practitioner, okay? You're very intelligent, you understand fast. You are average intelligent, you understand it. You are a slow learner, you still understand it. He used everything. So the sutra is open to everybody, okay? There's no discrimination. In Buddhism, there's no discrimination. You didn't see discrimination. In the Theravada, they call it Hyana. Why they call it Hyana? Because Buddha used step-by-step education. When he first teach, he have two vehicles. The Sravakas, the listener, the hearer. They listen to Buddha. They get some result. And the most they can reach is Arhat. Arhat, what's that? The worthy one. That's all. They cannot go anywhere. They go to reach Nirvana. Nirvana is not the paradise, okay? Nirvana, that means get rid of something, get rid of the worry, on these things, low things, you get rid of that. So you reach some level. But they said, okay, I practice enough now. I reached that level, Nirvana. That's it. I don't go anymore. It's too out of my reach. It's too difficult for me. They stop. So the next vehicle is the Pratyeka Buddha. They practice the 12 origin, codependent origin. They understand that they become Pratyeka Buddha. But these people, they get alignment. They help only themselves. That is a small vehicle. The small vehicle is too small, can carry only them, nobody else. So Buddha go to the next step, the third vehicle, Bodhisattva. What is Bodhi? Bodhi means alignment. That means wisdom. Sattva, that means being. You become a being with wisdom, with alignment. Not only you get alignment, you want the other people. You have a big vehicle, will carry a lot more people with you. So that's the last step, the third vehicle. You not only carry only yourself, because you're a small vehicle, you can carry only yourself, but you become a bodhisattva, you have a big vehicle. That's the third vehicle. You can carry more people. You want to become bodhisattva Buddha to help the other people. You don't want to become bodhisattva or Buddha just for yourself. You are altruist, you're not selfish at all. So the next step, that Buddhahood, that's the reason why Buddha teach the Lotus Sutra. Lotus Sutra, we have self-confidence, and we said, I do this one, I practice Buddhism so I can help the other people. They get alignment with me. It's not only for myself. So the idea is to help the people. When Buddha say, the best practice Buddhism to serve the other being. You practice Buddhism not for yourself. Some people say, okay, I go to temple, I do a good donation, I do all the ritual, that's for myself. I become luckier, I have a promotion, I have more money, I'm happy. That's very selfish. But the people, the third people, the Bodhisattva type, he said, no, I do it for the other people. So, you see, in our practice here, you first give them temple, you just come a beginner, and then you get committed. You take the 3 refuge, 5 precepts. That's the first step. After about 2 years, you take a Bodhisattva vow. So you get 58 precepts, okay? You get more, and you're more dedicated to help the other people. That's the step. It opened you to help the other people. So that's the reason why we love Lotus Sutra. We want to practice it. And our school, my patriarch, he's from South Vietnam. My teacher, he's from South Vietnam. He passed over 10 years already. He's our patriarch. And the teacher we teach come from Hong Kong. He's a Vietnamese, but he's a monk. He practiced in Hong Kong. And he come back to Vietnam. He opened the school, Tientai, the Vietnamese Tientai school. They call it Tientai Sơn Môn Học Phái. That means the school of Tientai. It is very good. In the Tientai school, they give you more hope. It make easier to practice. In many schools, it have a lot of requirement. It make difficult. You want to get alignment, to get something. It's very difficult. They said only certain kind of people can do it. In Tientai, everybody can do it. It's up to you. Like in the Lotus Sutra, Buddha said, if you have self-confidence, if you trust yourself, you can do it. You can make it. You make yourself a Buddha, okay? Because you have already the Buddha nature already. It's in you. But some people, they didn't see their nature, okay? Some people, they believe, oh, I have a name. I have a certificate, my birth certificate, I have a name. My parents give me life, and it's my real name, my true self. It's not, it's temporary, okay? What is your name before you're born? What is your name after you die? There's no name. The only true self is you self, your true self. Your true self, inside yourself, you have to discover yourself. So you practice Buddhism, it's a self-discovery. You just go back to find your true self. That's what they call the emptiness, okay? The notion emptiness, sunyata, is that, okay? You didn't see it because there are no true things outside. There's no identity outside. There's something outside, you start, oh, this is real, the house is real. No, it's not real. This house is built, but 100 years later, the house deteriorates and it falls apart. Like this shrine here, 200-300 years, it's gone. You have to rebuild a new shrine, okay? There's no thing that it's not permanent. So that's the notion of sunyata. It's not zero, it's not negative. It's the substance. You have to understand it, and you understand sunyata, the emptiness. The one they translate sunyata to emptiness is not really a good translation. Okay? That's the substance, because you have to find it. Like the people, okay? They didn't go to school or before, they don't understand genome. You tell them that the dog have a genome, the cat have a genome, the tree have a genome. They laugh at you. I said, I never hear that before. I said, we human beings, we have a genome. They didn't believe it. What's genome? My parents never tell me I have a genome. And they tell me the cat, the dog have a genome. He said, no. So we tell the people they're not Buddhist, they have Buddha nature. They didn't believe it. Yes, I have awakened nature. How they say, oh, what is awakened nature? I have intrinsic value. My value there is superhuman value. It's not human value, it's superhuman value. It's my intrinsic value. That value, I have it. You didn't see it, nobody see it. You have to discover yourself. You discover yourself, you get alignment. You find your true self. So that's the reason why I will, every week, I take turn with Master Quang, one every other week. I will go chapter by chapter about the Lotus Sutra. It's difficult. But in Buddhism, we have one saying, we teach by learning. When I teach you, I learn 50%, because I have to learn myself. I have to go deeper in my learning before I come here to expose to you, to explain to you, okay? So I will try. It's a difficult sutra. It's a wonderful sutra. So you have a chance, you have the book, you have translation from Mr. Watson, Burton Watson. It's a very good book, very good translation about the Lotus Sutra, 28th chapter. If you can talk to Master Quang or to Quang Minh Leon, they can guide you about that book. Very good translation. There are lots of translations. They have one, Mr. Stern from the 19th century from England. They have different, they have French translation, many translations, but I think Burton Watson is very good translation. It's very, very good English, very nice. It have two forms. They have a prose form and they have a verse form. Before the time Buddha, it's only verbal teaching. So Buddha used the verse form. It's easier to memorize, easier to learn. But sometimes it's not very clear. So later on, they write it. They do the commentary that. They make a prose form. It's more detailed, more explanation for you to understand it. So you see in the book, we have two forms. The verse form and the prose form go hand in hand. And in Buddhism, you remember, practice without study is like a blind faith. Sometimes become superstition, sometimes become idolatry. Because you say bow down, you don't know why you bow. But you understand Buddhism, I say, I bow to myself. I bow to my Buddha nature. I bow out of respect for my inner self. When you see your friend, you bow to him. He has a courtesy, he bow back to you. It's not idolatry. You bow to Buddha, it's not idolatry. Because Buddha didn't, he didn't mind if you bow to him or not. You bow to him out of respect, the gratitude at all. And you know that gratitude is a very good feeling. The people, they're grateful and a good person. You're grateful to your parents, to your grandparents, because without them, you're not here. You're grateful to your country, to your nation. You're grateful to all the people around you, society. You're grateful to all the sentient beings. They coexist with you. You're grateful to the world. You're grateful to ecosystem. So gratitude is very, very important. So you bow, you show the gratitude to Buddha. Even he's not here, But you know that he's a good teacher. He teaches, he helps us to elevate ourselves. He gives a good lesson. It's a lot of common sense. Buddhism is a religion of common sense, of love. Okay? There's nothing mystic, nothing mystical. It's everything. It's good for you to use it for your own life, to make yourself happy. So some people said Buddhism is a religion of happiness. It makes you happy. Religion of kindness. The more you practice, the kinder you are. Okay? Because you gratitude to them. You see the people around. You say, I'm grateful you're out here. Directly, indirectly, you help me to have a better life. So you become a very good person. That's the Buddhism. Okay? I talked today about that's the preliminary. So after next week, I'll go to chapter 1 of the Lotus Sutra. Okay? If you have a chance, go over the chapter 1 of the Lotus Sutra next week, and next week I will explain a little bit more about the chapter 1. We go one chapter after other. It's 28 chapters, so it's almost a year. We finish that. We can do that, we review it. The Lotus Sutra is a wonderful sutra. Okay? All the sutra of Buddha is good, but you see, a lot of them, he go by step. Okay? The other sutra before, he used it to guide the people to go deeper, go higher. Because if he first start, he teaches too difficult, too high. It discourages the people. The people, they don't understand it, they don't believe it, and they give up. Okay? So after that, the last one is the Lotus Sutra. Because I'm like you. I know you are intelligent like me. We have the human intelligence. We can try, we can learn, we can elevate ourselves. So we go to the Lotus Sutra. Okay? If any question about my talk today, I will try to answer your question. If I have no question, we transfer the merit, we do chanting. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, you want to transfer to everybody and wish them the alignment.
Now